welcome back to the most amazing channel on the internet. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today we are talking the top 10 scary road trip stories part 3. You guys love a spooky road trip. If you guys want to check out parts 1 and 2, then please do check out the links in the description box and also the links in the cards. Before we get deep into our road trip journey, I just want to ask you guys if you've been on a road trip this year. If not this year, then what was the coolest one you've ever been on? At the end of last year, I went on an awesome one from Arizona to Nevada to California, then up the Great Pacific Highway, so that was great. Let me know your thoughts, and also while you're down there, why don't you leave a thumbs up and share this video with a friend. Also, if you guys want to connect with me on social media, there is a link to my Instagram in the description box. Alright, are you ready for this? Honestly, I'm not sure if I am. This is horrifying. At number 10, we have tarantulas. This story comes from a trucker, and honestly, I am truly terrified. The trucker's daughter took to Reddit to explain that her mum had an experience during her life on the road. She said that one day she was driving through Arizona and she saw a whole load of leaves blowing across the road in the distance. She said that she was actually pretty confused as to why the road was covered in leaves, considering that it was surrounded by pine trees. Pine trees, famously piney, not leafy. When she got closer, however, she realised that the leaves were actually tarantulas. Oh my god. And yeah, not just one tarantula, not two, but thousands of migrating tarantulas. No fun. She was unable to stop her truck suddenly, so unfortunately she had to drive over them. She did stop at the first available opportunity and found guts and legs caking the inside wheel well of the truck. Grim. And terrifying. And grim again. Coming into number 9, we have the Woodsy Road Mountains. Sometimes when you are on a road trip, you come across scary things. Sometimes you stop to find out what the frog is going on, other times you just drive on. Personally, I would recommend driving on because you never know what could happen to you, especially when you're driving alone. This driver did drive on, but they did capture a photograph first. They posted the horrifying image on Imgur with the caption, "I was driving down a woodsy back road in the mountains when I saw something out of the corner of my eye." One commenter wrote, "So you stopped to take a picture, and now you're dead." Honestly, this is what I mean, never stop. Their image has over 3,800 upvotes, and we're still none the wiser as to what was going on, but honestly, looking at that, it can't be good. Coming into number 8, we have the story of the green and white truck. This story was shared on Dazed Digital magazine by writer Emma Sutton. Emma wrote of a road trip that she, her mother and sister went on across Wyoming when she was 8. She remembered fondly that her mum loved piling her kids in the car and just hitting that open road. One time though, Emma remembers the drive being truly terrifying. The trio of girls were driving on some small and lesser known roads in Wyoming, and at one point they turned into a gas station. They happened to pull into the station after a truck, and as the two young girls and their mum were in the station, they used the restroom and filled up their car. The truck driver that pulled in before them must have seen them in the gas station and seemingly decided to start following them. Their mum suspected as much and started feeling very nervous. Emma recalled her mum making a plan to pull over and then pretend to get out of the car at the next gas station. She told kids to sit tight with their seatbelts on and to stay in the car. Now, as she pulled off, the truck followed them. As the mum pretended to get out of the car, the driver of the truck got out too. Luckily, Emma's mum was only pretending to get out, and she then slammed her car door shut and absolutely floored it. She drove away at full speed. The truck driver was startled and watched the family the whole time. Now Emma's mum sped down a road and turned very quickly at the next junction, hiding her car and her family down a very small road. From the car, they watched as minutes later the green and white truck came speeding down the road, seemingly after them. He didn't notice that their car was hidden down the side road. Emma's sister said that she needed to pee, and their mum agreed that she did too, although Emma recalls her saying, "I'd rather piss my pants in this car than be murdered on the side of this road." At a mum. Coming in at number 7, we have the Time Travelers. In 1988, two businessmen were driving along Highway 167 near Lafayette in Louisiana. As they were driving, they came across a vintage car going really slowly, like really slowly. In the United States, old cars are restricted to as and when they're actually allowed to drive on the road. So the guy driving, who was on his lunch break and later gave his name to a magazine as LC, thought that maybe it was part of a weird midweek ceremonial parade. When he drove by the car, he noticed that the woman driving was wearing 1940s style clothing and was looking very stressed and confused. Elsie stopped to see if she needed help and she nodded, looking like she was about to cry. As he drove up a little way down the road to park his car safely, he turned back around only to see that her car was miraculously gone. Elsie and his business partner kept on driving and they saw another really old car with a newer car parked up in front. That car also then seemed to vanish, and Elsie decided to talk to the driver of the newer car, who seemed to have had a very similar experience. The trio of men were absolutely baffled and a little bit afraid. I think genuinely they thought they came across time travelers. Coming into number 6, we have Port Perry. The small Canadian town of Port Perry is located near Route 12. Now this runs up to Cottage Country and the Kawartha Lakes in Ontario. This also lays routes near down to Toronto in one direction and Ottawa in another. Basically, a lot of road trippers pass by or through this town. It seems that in the 1960s, a young man was testing the limits of a motorbike on an old road leading to Scugog Island. Sadly, he pushed too hard and lost control of his bike. The story goes that he came off his bike and hit his head on a rock. Others say that he was decapitated on a barbed wire fence. Either way, there is a rock in the area that has Ghost Rock graffitied on it. The legend goes that those who drive down the road after dark are likely to see a phantom motorbike, or perhaps even a headless motorcyclist. Some report seeing phantom headlights coming at them too. These days people often take a road trip to specifically see the Ghost Rock and try and catch a glimpse of the spectre. This is one road you do not want to take a trip on. We have Death Road in Bolivia at number 5. The north youngest road in Bolivia has been nicknamed the Death Road. In 1995, the road was voted the world's most dangerous road, and in the past 20 plus years it has certainly lived up to that accolade. Do you guys want to have a little look at it? Here it is, here are a few pictures. Whilst it does look very, very breathtaking, at the same time I would not want to drive on it. There are varying reports on the danger of this road, with some suggesting that the yearly death toll is around 300 people. Others suggest that the road sees around 1,300 fatalities in a year. On July the 24th, 1983, around 100 people in a bus were killed as it plummeted down a canyon. The road is a literal death trap. It's narrow, it's on a sheer cliff face, it's potholed, it has hairpin bends, it's dusty, and it's very susceptible to poor weather conditions such as fog, tropical downpours, and landslides. On top of that, the nearest ambulance crew are 2 hours away. Coming into number 4, we have the ghost of the tsunami. Japanese cab drivers in Inishimaki have been complaining of hauntings in their cars since 2011. It seems that following the devastating tsunami of that year, a lot of drivers, especially cabbies, have reported seeing people by the side of the road looking for a ride. Now, cab drivers who have stopped to take in these passengers then find that they disappear a short way into their journey. It seems the phenomenon was caught on camera in 2012 as CCTV at a taxi rank in Japan showed a woman approaching and passing through a car. It seems that the tsunami was so sudden that many people on foot were swept away and killed. 6,000 people were killed in the Inishimaki area alone. Coming into number 3, we have fresh blood. In a Reddit thread, drivers answered a post that asked what the weirdest, scariest thing was that had happened while they were driving. Redditor Eolond wrote that they were driving with their friend in the middle of nowhere. They said they were driving at around 1 in the morning, and as they drove, they discovered a huge swath of blood. They said a few seconds later, there was another patch totally covered in blood. They wrote that at the time they figured that someone must have hit a deer, although they were weirded out that actually there didn't seem to be any car damage or any sign of a carcass. In their teenage imaginations, shortly after, they freaked out that someone was bleeding in the woods or there was a killer on the loose. Honestly, if I was driving and I saw a whole load of fresh blood, I would be super freaked out. Coming into number 2, we have New Jersey's Route 23. Is it me, or is New Jersey the weirdest and most haunted state in the whole of America? Honestly, there's so much creepy stuff going on in New Jersey. So maybe the locals are used to all of the spooks, but if you're not local, you do not want to drive along Route 23, ever, let alone at night. The stretch in question is Clinton Road, a 10-mile run between Newfoundland, New Jersey and Upper Greenwood Lake. Along this piece of road, drivers have spotted anything from ghosts, ghouls, witches, demons, Satanists, and members of the Ku Klux Klan. Most popular are the legends of ghost vehicles, a Camaro from a fatal crash, and a phantom truck. It was also along this road that a body of a man was found in 1983 by a passing cyclist. An autopsy of the man showed that he had died of foul play and that there were ice crystals in the blood vessels near his heart. The death led to the arrest of a member of the mafia, Richard Kalinsky, in 1986. The killer was local and was said to have chosen the stretch of road to dump bodies. Now, the road also seemingly runs through the middle of nowhere and is home to America's longest traffic light wait, which means you could be stuck on this road stationary for a full 5 minutes. Now, I wouldn't want to be exposed to all manner of spooks just waiting in my car. No. Finally, coming into number 1, we have the Kuwait Creep. A video was uploaded to YouTube in January 2015 from a car's dashcam in Kuwait. I can't speak Arabic, so I'm not too sure what's being said in the video, but basically the driver sounds truly and utterly terrified. The driver starts the footage as he sees a white figure in the road. Check it out.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
The driver starts getting really terrified with the figure, and it kind of looks like a hunchback old woman with long black hair. Now she starts running towards him as he's trying to reverse away. Have another look. Honestly, if this is fake, then the guy behind the wheel is a great actor. To me, this looks like a road witch. That's my only explanation. Is a road witch a thing? I think so, because there she is. So guys, that was the top 10 scary road trip stories part 3. Do you want a part 4? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to let me know about your most recent road trip. Before we go, I just want to quickly read some comments from part 2. People I'm Dead wrote, "Oh my god, I saw something crazy. Rebecca is wearing an earring." Honestly, I'm really confused because I watched this video back and I wasn't wearing any earrings. Not one, not two. Today though, I am. Everyone likes a tassel. Soul Searching said, "This channel is the only reason I stopped studying for my nursing test. Lol, erg." Okay, listen, thank you for watching the channel, but do study. You must study. Just like watch this in your breaks. I'd say study for an hour, then watch a most amazing top 10 video, then study for another hour and repeat until A, you pass your exams, and B, you become our best subscriber. It's possible. So many pieces of advice. So guys, I'm gonna get out of here, but I'm gonna be walking home this evening because honestly, I'm a bit afraid to get in a car now. Let me know your thoughts on the video, do leave a thumbs up, share this video with a friend, and I'll see you very, very soon.